the Octarine, none of that,
No.
none of the shenanigans.
Maybe a refresher, but that's a lot of gold.
True.
Prepare for
I mean,
battle.
Tino, all things considered, did very, very well, right? He was the one sort of
Yeah.
hero in that Execration lineup that still felt like a very big problem for them to deal with throughout all stages of the game. It's just that in the team fights, Jackie was able to roam free and kind of ignore him, which was the biggest problem.
All right, what do you hedge your bets? First blood before the horn sneeze? Yes or no?
How many slices of bread are we talking about that we're betting right
The
now?
whole loaf, dude.
Whoa, whole loaf bet. That's crazy. You're starting me out like this.
Yep.
It's setting me up for failure here. 0.
0.
Yeah.
No first blood shenanigans.
My bread hangs in the balance. Okay.
We'll see.
I mean, they're kind of grouped up here, and the level 1 coming out from Bleed is pretty insane. But
Yeah.
oh
30
wait, I mean,
seconds to
Execration are coming over. I might just lose my whole stack of bread. That's crazy.
I believe they're not willing to give up this position here on the high ground, even though they have a inkling of where Execration is. They're gonna finally start moving their way out
Okay.
and over.
Side note to the initial bread bet. Want to get your thoughts because they pick Faceless Void. Ooh, one of the be-all end-of carries. You know, he's gonna be great in the later stages of the game. Strong hero in the patch. Okay, cool. Paired up with the Wyvern in the +5, you know, great teamfight potential, great save potential. Levels 1 to 5, kinda ass for this duo. I mean, they're up against Masaros as well as the Techies. And it seems like they've swapped things around a little bit even. I'm not entirely sure actually. Is Techies gonna go to the bot side?
That looks like it.
Yeah, I mean, they're bringing the Koto up top, so that's gonna be a lot of harass that I don't think they can deal with. You can time walk off the damage coming out from the blast, but Koto alone is gonna be impossible for you to catch with his high move speed.
Yeah, and you can time walk off one shockwave, but when a second one comes riling out, you're not gonna be able to dodge that one.
Yeah, always gonna be able to do this too. DJ, he just blasted that range creep, causes the lane to push towards Yona. That's gonna free up that sort of nearer part of the lane for Masaros and DJ to start stacking up that hard cam. I'm blocking it, and just once some creep push shenanigans come out, CML might have to put himself in a rough position to try and contest that.
As soon as level 2, 3 comes around for this bleed lane, it could be real trouble for CML, especially if Yona gets caught without a time walk. You could always get skewered back into some big danger.
Yeah, I mean, time walk, excellent ability, but early on, those cooldowns, ooh, they could get you 24 seconds or some shit like that. It's rough. That's half a minute. That's a lot of time.
That's actually like, I feel like in Dota people forget about how big like even half a second is. Like,
Yeah.
that is a lot of time in Dota to make a split-second decision like that.
Yeah. And a lot of decisions to be made up here in this top side as to which is the exact damage he wants to time out, because you know the second he uses that spell, the bleed off lane starts salivating at the mouth. That's exactly what's
Yes.
they're gonna just be like, oh, void kill potential.
Radiant's courier has been
Yeah,
killed.
they're gonna look for that window every single time, right? Every single time Time Walk is off cooldown, or on cooldown rather, they're gonna go for it. Whether it be a kill or just a lot of harass, they're gonna go for something.
Oh, Tino, he looks dead on my screen right now. Turns around, one last axe is all it takes. Jackie chops him down, even in the face of a large creep wave. And Shanks, you know, he was on his little shenanigans trip, you know, bringing the entire creep wave away, but as a result, this Brewmaster suffering. We talked already about the importance of this offlane. This is not how it's supposed to go.
No, yeah, this was the lane that we were supposed to be looking out for, as the potential kill lane for Execration. And I mean, a kill lane it was, but that's not what we want. That's not the kill we were expecting.
Yeah, no, not that. One lot of small little caveat about the Masaros DJ lane is that I kind of forgot the Chakra magic basically gives him endless shockwaves. That's a buttload of harass. I mean, the magic damage that comes out from that spell cannot be underestimated. It should be good to just kind of grab that Lotus for themselves. Yeah, I mean, Masaros having a swallow time up here, 17 and 5 on that Magnus early on.
I wonder if you even get a point in the skewer this lane. Like, you go like 2-1-0 or something like that.
You could. I mean, just
Yeah.
full on go for the trading damage. I mean, Yona, he's gonna... Yeah, he has the time walk. He's a bit too scared.
Oh, he did get skewer, okay. More standard Magnus, you know, nothing too crazy.
Dire's courier has been
Yeah,
killed.
you see that time walk used equals both spells come out straight into Yona's face. Not much you can do about that. Mid lane, Puck kind of dominating his opposition here. Mikoto feeling very, very comfortable. 23 to 14 right now. Bob is suffering with a capital S.
This is kind of what we talked about, right? We've seen Puck own this matchup where a lot of people would be like, okay, maybe Ember Spirit's a little favored, but
Nope.
no. Puck has just as much a possibility of being able to own this lane as the Ember does.
Yeah.
Dire's
Tried
middle
to
tower
kind of mess
is under
around with the
attack.
Ember for the water rune there, but doesn't commit to the Orc John, so now CML in some trouble, turns around, but the skewer will tag him, and Masaros and DJ grab that, what feels like a freebie, continue to dominate this lane up here.
Easy level 3 kill for this top lane, right? This is exactly the timing that I said they were going to be looking out for. And it's just a lot of damage, right? The Illuminate all of a sudden is really starting to hurt. Whether or not you get the point into Illuminate or the extra point into Blinding Light, it's going to do a lot of work in this lane.
It's a nice refill opportunity for Bob, though. CML gonna come by and grab him some resources, much needed at that. It's crazy to think that even with the water rune, he's still this low. The Puck has done an excellent job in terms of just keeping him down and harassing him.
Don't mind if I do.
This does open up a little bit of harass time as Void. He's got to pretty much stay away from the lane as long as Wyvern's not in the area.
Yeah, I mean, they saw that TP right in front of Mikoto's eyes. You can bet your bottom dollar he immediately reported it to his fellas. Beat the shit out of this Void right now, my friends. Like, this is your time. Big creep wave coming over into Masaros, though. It's a nice bit of EXP, and he'll just easily mop that one up. Now, do you think he's still going to go for that Echo Saber? Because it's been a recipe for success for him so far.
Okay, listen.
I'm listening. I'm so listening.
It's not a bad Orchid game.
Jesus Christ.
I know. I know.
That's mad.
I've already talked about how much I hated
That's
it, but I feel
mad that
like
you just said that out loud.
if you're
to
gonna
me.
go for it, right, it's the Ember faces Void Brewmaster that you're gonna do it with.
Sure, okay. So we're just conveniently forgetting the fact that the Puck has an AoE silence, so we don't care about that part.
Puck? Who? What?
Who? The guy who's dominating mid lane 41 to 26?
Oh,
I
sorry,
see.
that Puck.
Right, I mean, yeah, the Puck will just grab the shield room right from under CML's attempted deny and might just be killing him here right now. Committing the coil, it's an easy pickup. How much you can really do as Bob rather than just watch. CML's had to come to this mid lane to help out the Ember a little bit, but given his current items, there's not much he can do to stop Mikoto in his tracks.
I wonder if Kato just kind of sits mid and refills Puck's mana a few more times. Shanks,
Shanks
you
dead.
are a little deep.
He's gone. I mean, he continuously tries to be a little cheeky with some of these moves behind the tower. Just poking around at Jackie, trying to get some small camp blocks and stuff like that. But it's gonna end up in his own death. 2k gold lead already for the side of Bleed as they are coming out of the laning stage very, very comfortable, grabbing what feels like everything they want.
They've even got stacks. DJ's been able to sit back and stack for his heroes as well. This is kind of a little dangerous for Execration.
Skewer back. Uh-oh, Masaros. You have a Lotus as well as a bit of wand charges, but
Oh
gonna
my
get
God,
bashed on this tower.
bashes, dude.
That wasn't really part of the plan. I think Masaros got a little bit too antsy there, trying to sort of play front and mess with Yona. Ends up giving over a bit of a freebie. That's not the end of the world, but that Void, given how much he was struggling in the lane, he's gonna be very happy about that.
Yeah, it's going to help him quite a bit. Puck. Okay, Witchblade first item for Makoto. Like to see a little bit of a gank action come out from this Puck, so around this maybe this 8-minute rune, we'll see Puck want to rotate up top.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
have techies down bottom securing the rune.
on this area, blast off. Unfortunately, not gonna land, but Bob basically forced to use his remnant just to escape there.
Dire's
And it
middle
comes down to a
tower is
50-50,
under
and
attack.
unfortunately, Bob not in Gaben's good graces in this particular game. Loses out to that base group. Sukoto. Oh man, don't tell me. He's gonna just AWP this repeatedly with the help of DJ.
Yep.
Come on. There's a lot of farm coming his way. Gonna accelerate him
DJ
towards that
steal
early
any of it?
Witchblade. Nice. Get more? Smart.
No, he won't. No, it's fine. It's
He
fine.
stacked it. It's only fair. You know, it's his.
That's true. That's
it's
true.
his hard work, and you're using his mana, guys. Come on.
He deserves at least half.
Yeah. At the minimum. I mean, that's a discount already. Come on. In fact, he's giving you half of it. Mikoto, you better say thanks. Give him a little kiss on the forehead.
A little bit of a tip, maybe, you know.
Yeah.
Dire's bottom tower is
There
under
are ways
attack.
of saying thank you in Dota.
Yeah, I mean, also literally just typing it, TY. Like, I mean,
That works
Radiant's
too.
bottom tower is under attack.
CML has come down through these twin gates and looks like he is angling for either some sort of vision setup or a setup for a kill. I think, look, Jackie's as confused as CML is because he's like,
Yeah.
what is... This Wyvern isn't here solo, right? You saw him back up a little bit and then suddenly he sees Brew on the wave just hitting Reed and he's like, okay. Oh.
I mean,
Bottom tower.
the
it
first
matter?
RP is always going to miss, right?
Does it matter? Mikoto still trying to chase him down, but Yona just a bit too tanky and they don't want to risk the TPs coming in from Execration. And this is the second one this series, and at this point, yeah, maybe that's just kind of the case. Just get it out of the way bright and early, you know, 9 minutes isn't too bad, just lose it, who cares?
Yep. Okay, Tino, we were questioning what build we were going to see from this Brewmaster. It's actually just straight Radiance.
Okay. Based, I like
Dire's
it.
top tower is under
Yeah?
attack.
We talked about it being good against the Troll,
Radiant's
and
bottom tower
true enough, I
is
mean,
under
Troll
attack.
doesn't really want to build MKB.
Radiant's
Kind of messes with the puck a little bit
fortified.
too if you're just kind of like, you're expecting to land some strikes after the Witchblade just to finish off a key target. Because puck, you know, you always want to sort of calculate things down to a T, but looks like the defense is being set up by Execration up here. They have the Chronosphere available and want to put it to use, but they smell danger and they're just
Radiant's
out.
bottom tower is under attack.
It's hard. Without Tino and Bob, Execration don't have the most amount of damage.
So much slight damage coming out into Pelosa. So aggressive too, Bob, making full use of that arcane rune to just spam these out.
Jackie, he's going to go for the Maelstrom this game, so not
Radiant's
going to go for
bottom
Battle
tower
Fury,
is
despite
under
having a
attack.
really good lane, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, interesting. Maybe he just has a premonition that the 4-men of Execration are just going to start running at them, and he wants to be involved because realistically, the Magnus isn't going to really provide a lot of damage, right? You have the techies, you have Kotal, but
Radiant's bottom tower
maybe you're
has
just
fallen.
looking for earlier timing.
And it could also just be the tried and true, I get cleave from Magnus equals I don't need Battle Fury.
Yeah, I mean,
Right,
Battle
that's
Fury not
also
as
a
important.
possibility.
Previously, against the Nature's Prophet, maybe so, because you want to be ripping those treants apart as well as just allowing yourself to get out of that sprout easy. It's a good build-up anyway. But, yeah, I mean, a lot of priority going over to Masaros, who will be working towards that Echo Saber. So no Orchid shenanigans, but well off that train.
Thank God.
Now, you can't say that. You were almost angry
you
for a
mean?
little bit. You were like,
That's
fishy,
true,
you're like,
that's true,
you
that's
know, maybe a good Orchid game this time after saying,
What I sound like to you?
You're like, I hate Orchid, but it might be good this game. It's atrocious. Have some respect. Have some respect. Have some respect.
Alright, alright.
It's 4-1 right now. It's relatively quiet in this early game. Not as much explosive action. I'm sure Yona would love to use this chrono, but he just hasn't found the opportunity. It's both teams trying to beat down.
Oh my God.
What
There is an Orchid, but it's gonna be on DJ.
Yeah. I mean, you said this was an Orchid game, and I mean, what else
Yeah.
do people have like built? Normal support items, cringe.
Yeah, absolutely not
Do
gonna be
you
DJ.
remember? Do you remember that period of time where Bet Boom's save was literally building Abyssal Blade on Kotal, running
Look.
up to people and abyssaling them? Like that was some of the most zany and cool shit I've seen in a while. Like,
I want to tell you I did it first. I have a pub game where I did do exactly
dude,
that.
I literally, are you
Giants
trying to
are
say you
scanning.
invented it?
No, God, no.
You better not be.
It's just been on like I feel like it's actually like a reasonable thing that was on people's radar for quite a while.
No, I'm very confident it's reasonable. I just, am impressed that it works in a professional game.
Yeah.
Crash.
Yeah,
Starting to
absolutely.
get the punches out onto Shanks. Making use of the Dream Claw. I mean, it's a very quiet game, so I don't think they have any issues just throwing these ultimates out just to grab the pickoff. Jackie on a killing spree right now on this Troll Warlord.
I'm so excited for this Orchid on DJ, actually.
You relax. What's waiting?
I know. It's just such an interesting item for the Coddle, right? The magic burst damage. Like, you could obviously kill the Hoodwink the Wyvern from full. Is there any world where you get Solar Bind on Void, hit him with an Illuminate and the Orchid, and he's dead?
I mean, he's still very squishy at this point in the game. That could be a possibility. Maybe couple in 1 or 2 sort of sticky bombs from the techies and that might be the job done. I mean, he's still going for them.
This could be incredible.
Yeah, he's like 1k HP, right? Like, if you Solar Bind blast off, he might just be toast already.
Yep, that's true. Pair with the mines as well, the amp magic, so much amped magic damage.
Yeah, Pelosan, gonna be a real fear factor for this Faceless Void to deal with until he gets BKB, and even then if he gets caught out before pressing it, he will melt. Things are very, very quiet between these two teams. I mean, I can understand Execration not wanting to make a misstep. At the end of the day, they do have the Faceless Void, but I'm quite surprised that they're not making use of this Primal Split a little bit more.
They haven't been making use of their Chronosphere either. Like, literally, none of the Execration ultimates have been popped this game.
Yeah. Just leveled it just for fun. Just be, hey guys, I have my ult too. Am I gonna use it? I don't know about that one.
Maybe now's the time for Execration. They just finished the Radiance on Tino.
Yeah, smoke out immediately. They're running, either connecting straight to him or running the opposite direction. Maybe they want to flush out Masaros in this top side. It's a very awkward position for the rest of Bleed to come into as well, but they're smoked up. They're right on that trajectory. Oh my goodness. Are they going to run into each other here? They might just catch CML first, which would be great.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Smoke pop, instant dead. And any type of move you're trying to make on Execration is just stopped at this point.
They're going to be syncing up their Blink Dagger timings as well on Bleed. This is very scary for Execration, right? I feel like this slower game kind of favors Bleed because Jackie's going to be available a lot sooner than this Faceless Void, at least showing him on the net worth, right? This Troll being ahead means that he has the potential of just running down towers with his team.
Yeah, my main concern is that in contrast to the previous game, it doesn't really feel like this BKB on Jackie is the be-all end-all, right? I think last game when he popped that reveal, it was so scary and you're like, okay, Ravage, literally nothing does damage to him anymore. What do we do? This time round, Chrono, Winter's Curse, like we mentioned in the draft, still 2 very effective tools to nullify his presence. Probably a lot more weight on Masaro's and Mikoto's shoulders to pull some of the weight as well. Or pull some of the legwork in the team fights.
I mean, as it should be, though, right? Like, Dota is not a 1v5 game, so asking a little bit of your team, I mean, that's fine.
Outrageous. Outrageous.
okay, dude.
RP Masaros whiffs the second one as well. Doesn't get the connection, maybe got a little bit too scared seeing the auto attack come out from Shanks. But yeah, I mean, that's another RP. And this is kind of the feeling, right? Because funnily enough, this game still has the same cadence of the previous one when Masaros really fumbles a little bit in the early game, comes back and lands some killers in the team fights, and it's still completely fine, and we're like, oh, maybe he's the MVP. But in moments like this, you're kind of like scratching your head like, oh, I don't know about that.
Here comes the DJ Orchid.
Crazy stuff. Doesn't get revealed though. Bob, he's gonna have to slide right through. They're looking at Tino. So there's a Primal Split available, and that is the Orchid that you were talking about. All the damage coming through Magic. Is it enough? The Brewmaster goes down, and the Orchid reveals success. Jackie is dominating.
Man, Orchid is such a good item. Who could hate this?
That's crazy you say that. I know a guy. I've heard he looks like an...
I think I might too.
I heard he looks like an egg. Coming into this mid lane right now, you need to watch out for that Winter's Curse coming out from CML. But for now, Pop is able to dodge out most of that. Mage Slayer completed, so able to resist quite a bit of that damage.
You gotta respect the potential Chronosphere as well. As long as you don't have eyes on the Faceless Void, he's gonna be a danger.
Not the craziest damage of the Chronosphere at this point in time though, as Pelosan getting caught out. Shanks winding up that sharpshooter. Bushwhack gonna go wide though, a little bit awkward. As now he'll just jump in onto Shanks actually and almost sacrifice his own life essentially. That was a bit strange to say the least, but
yeah.
They're still coming through though. Execration want to make use of this timing, like we said, aggressively chasing forward. They know Mikoto's in the area and they found DJ to start. Uh-oh, silence up onto the Ember. Turn around, you can't chrono in time. The Ember's already dead, and where's your Winter's Curse? They're still waiting for it. The Dream Coil, they're just gonna chop down Yona. CML, he's held it for far too long. You throw it out onto the troll now, but Jackie, he should still be fine. RP on the back line. They found the Cold Embrace Wyvern. Pulling back now. And CML doesn't stand a chance. Sharpshooter will come through. Tino trying to clean up on the tail end of this fight. But him and the Hoodwink are the last members remaining. Polosan, he's back into the fray as well. And Masaros, is he a bit too tanky for this Brewmaster? Trying to smack away. The crits will find him. The Sticky Bomb does connect though. And Tino, he ain't going nowhere. Mikoto will more than likely chase him down. One more orb, one more bomb. Turn around, and the Waning Rift auto attacks. It's more than enough. Bleed come out on top in that team fight despite losing their carry.
Yeah, Bleed should be happy about that. That was pretty much the first big team fight coming out from Execration, and none of their abilities really landed other than the Winter's Curse.
Yeah, I'll be honest, it felt like they didn't really discuss how that was gonna go. They're like, oh, go, Remnant forward, let's get some kills. And then as soon as they turned around and silenced the Ember, he's like, oh. And everyone everyone kind of looked at him like, oh, what do we do now? I guess I need a Chrono to save you, but he was dead at that point. And then CML's like, do I grief this Chrono by Winter's Cursing? Couldn't really make up his mind as a 5k gold lead sets in for Bleed. 11-5, and they are once again on the trajectory for what looks to be success here. Top 2 net worth, Mikoto and the Troll doing very well for themselves here. Now Jackie chasing out on Tino. They are turning around for him though. The Winter's Curse does hold him in place. Mikoto starts to slap away, but the silence and the heal up, they're just fine. The Glimmer will only keep him covered for a little bit longer as they'll commit the coil, the blast off as well. Cold Embrace can't keep you alive against the overwhelming damage that DJ can do. And CML and Shanks just have to turn tail and run.
Time to take this tier 1 tower and then potentially the Wisdom Rune and potentially the Tormentor as well.
Or potentially the
really
Roche.
aggressive.
I mean, so many objectives on this side of the map. Why not? Just occupy it all. Masaros for now, he's going to cosplay a ward though.
Cosplay Arteezy more like.
Cosplay done. That was fastest cosplay in the entire world. Mikoto chasing down to Yona in the mid lane. The silence. He has nowhere to go. So much magic damage. He just holds a little bit of overzealousness there, just thinking he can farm the mid lane all willy-nilly, maybe expecting the side of Bleed to be in the bot side instead. Just rotate over, grab a freebie.
And then rotate back and grab some more.
Yeah. Well, they will. Ato's up on Masaros, but he literally just blinks out. That was a whole lot of nothing.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Okay, Mikoto. Okay, Execration, right?
Yeah.
They've got Chronosphere back up. They've got Winter's Curse back up. The whole kit and caboodle are up for Execration.
Yeah.
Are they feeling confident enough to take a fight? I don't think they are.
DJ. This has become such a factor in this game. He looks like he's building up the Aghanims as well, and for Execration, I can't help but feel like even with Bob, with this Mage Slayer, he is under such a large amount of threat. These silences coming out and just catching them off guard, and Jackie can't be touched right now, it feels like. These Chronos, Yona's been too busy running to really land a meaningful one.
Radiant are scanning.
It's a little crazy that no one is building anything to deal with this Orchid as well. I feel like there's been no respect for this Orchid whatsoever.
Yeah, DJ's just been allowed to exist in this game without any repercussions of any sort. Come through for the rune, 22-minute amplified damage. That is a scary one. Heard the RP come out. Looks like Nasaros has just casually found Shanks and casually found a kill. Bit of revenge for some of the earlier, just kind of messing around with him. Just net that one up, no problem.
Once again, I think you're fine using RP like that. Any sort of kill you can get is very valuable, especially on this greedier support like the Hoodwink.
Yeah.
Right? You could catch Hoodwink with potentially, and this isn't the case this game, but you can catch a Hoodwink with potentially most net worth as one of the supports. This time, it's going to be DJ on the Coddle, which I'm not too surprised. Imagine DJ having most net worth of all the supports. Wow, crazy.
Yeah, it's kind of janky that, you know, we've seen this Hoodwink from DJ just look so amazing, basically farm up a storm, and then right now in the hands of Shanks, it's not necessarily his fault that the map has been so small for him, but it's hard to get much done against this lineup on Bleed. The two supports on Bleed have just been so effective throughout this whole game.
I mean, what, I'm gonna keep harping on it, right? What a big timing with that Orchid. It came in, like, during the perfect fight. Masteros, he might look for more. He could also just get Chrono here.
Yeah, and it seems to be more of the latter. Yona will set this freebie up for himself. A little bit of help from the sharpshooter. Pretty good chunk of change. 500 gold in his pocket. But yeah, I mean,
it's gonna help the recovery a little bit.
No chrono equals Roche time. Jackie straight into the mix, and Mikoto with the amplified damage, they'll feel more than comfortable working this through. They know that Execration are not in the area in the slightest.
I'm gonna scan it out, but Execration, they are quite far away.
Yeah, that honestly doesn't even matter because I'm not sure how you fight into this one without the chrono.
Huge Winter's Curse, and that's about it.
Hey, you need to see them though, that's the problem.
Well, you do get flying vision on the Wyvern, you just have to get a little too close for comfort.
Yeah, you just walk up and Mikoto's like, cool, free kill.
Yeah.
Just smacks you down with the amplified damage. Troll, we've seen this story before with the Aegis gonna start mopping up some of these towers. And there is decent wave clear on the side of Execration between the Slight as well as the Winter Wyvern and Hoodwink. Although I'm not too sure how comfortable they feel about being collapsed upon. A lot of ways for Bleed Cores to just come in, fish one out, and potentially just cause such disruption that a team fight can't even be handled. Feels like a lot of work for Tino to do on this Brewmaster for sure.
And Tino, he's buying an item that is going to deal with this Orchid. Finally, Orchid is getting the respect it deserves.
Yeah, but just for him, right? I mean, it doesn't really solve the problem for this Ember, nor it does it for the supports. They're gonna have to figure something out for themselves. Manta's really only gonna help this Brew. Going a bit more for a carry build, I wonder whether he feels like he can man-fight any of these cores. I'm sure he has evasion and a pretty good stance, but I'm not really sure whether the Brewmaster damage is absolutely doing it this game.
I mean, we saw a little bit earlier Brewmaster with those big crits able to bring down heroes, but as the heroes on Bleed start getting tankier and tankier, the Brewmaster damage in the early game is reasonable. As it goes a little bit later, I feel like Brewmaster's right clicks kind of fall off.
Yeah, and Kotal also has literally the will-o-wisp. So DJ, he is farmed with a capital F right now, working on the shard eventually as well for that recall so that the team can play the map a little better. But right now, any sort of team fight that you're trying to put together, you throw the will-o-wisp in the middle of that chrono or even on the back lines. Some of the follow-up spells can't really come out and connect in the same way that they used to. It's gonna be so annoying.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And right now, what do you do outside of chronoing this Troll Warlord? And even then, he's got Aegis, so who cares?
I think you do a little smoke wrap around him, but even that is being routed by a nice ward behind the tower. And Masaros is just easily able to clear up and get out of there. Suddenly the silence is there, you don't have your Manta just yet, and you're forced to just kind of move away. Will-o-wisp will clear this entire tree line as Jackie starts going to work on this Brewmaster. Nice. And Bushwhack buys him the time to get that Primal Split off as Jackie gets tossed up into the sky. This might be the opportunity that Execration are looking for here. But Yona doesn't seem like he's able to find a connection for now. He's looking for a target, but they've largely just kind of walked away already. Mikoto coming through onto Bob, who's kind of left all alone here. Gotta watch out for Yona. Where is the chrono coming through? Looks like it was tossed out onto Masaros to finish off that Magnus. Meanwhile, Ember still chasing down to Jackie. Is this really the kill you want to commit for? Mikoto still playing interference on the back line, but the Glimmer keeping this Ember alive for now. CML might not be quite as lucky. Mikoto in some trouble. Can he get his way out of this one? Actually gets sliced down. They've kite around Jackie to a satisfactory extent. And now Bob finally going down. They force the BKB pop onto this Troll. And he'll at least get two. The CML goes down as well. The blast off onto the high ground Pelosa and trying to convert for more. But he needs to watch his step. Could get turned around upon. Yona is still fighting fit and might feel comfortable enough to start laying in the hurt, but not against Jackie, not into this Troll. The 1v1 situation, this is not one you can win, and this is why we see the time walk going away. Jackie, the big bad, finally stops being kited. Sharpshooter gonna go wide and still keeps the Aegis intact. I'm not sure whether there's much more that the Troll Warlock can do with this. But getting Mikoto is a pretty significant kill.
I mean, Bleed, they can just go again, though. Troll Warlord's going to be up, or the ultimate's going to be up in 25 seconds. You've only got a minute left on Aegis. And that's pretty much the time where Chronosphere is going to be down.
Yeah, you kind of need to bum rush it, maybe get a free pick off. CML would be a great start, dragging that Wyvern, but Curse immediately. To be expected, the magic damage is enough though, but oh, Masaros in a little bit of trouble, force pop the BKB. Yona might be looking for more, but Bob can't afford to chase in. We saw what happened when he got too close to the troll. It's just gonna get obliterated there. And Bleed, it really comes down to just being able to fight around Jackie. They need to keep a tight unit around him, but not tight enough that the Chrono is gonna kill all of them. Bot side, set up onto Tino, silence up immediately, and here comes Masaros going wide on the skewer. Tino doesn't have a split just yet, though they're looking for him in the tree line. But the blast off will connect, and the Harpoon pulls him straight back in. Brewmaster split just came off cooldown, but not able to pop it in time. Tino bleeds out as well. 1 minute without your Brewmaster.
And once again, this is now a window. You've kind of staggered your deaths a little bit, and Brewmaster, he's a big part of your team fight.
Yeah, I mean, arguably one of the sort of major factors, I think, in that fight that was semi-successful for them. They were able to just toss the troll up into the sky. That was the intention of the Brewmaster pick from the get-go. But Jackie, you gotta find a way to deal with this troll eventually. And I don't know whether the Chrono's gonna cut it.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Jackie's gonna get the Satanic soon too, and I think you're right. At that Satanic point, I don't think the Chrono's gonna stop him. I think he's gonna be way too tanky.
Yeah. I mean, you're thinking about a world where maybe Yona also has a BKB so that he can not get stunned up routinely by the Will-O-Wisp. But then the Puck's just messing with your backline, and Ember still doesn't seem to be building a BKB. Like we mentioned, no respect towards the Orchid. Is there any way of stopping the TP? Of course there is. Pelosan comes in and blasts his head off his shoulders. The Ember doesn't stand a chance. 50 seconds without Bob now. As they continue the march forward, continue to aggress. DJ just using this recall so well, pulling his allies all together with him. Meanwhile, RP in the mid lane, they found out Yona. Oh, this could be a disaster. Turns around the BKB, but Jackie just chops him like a little piece of meat. Like purple ham for dinner, that's what you'll be getting straight onto Tino as well. They're looking for more, they're feeling confident now. They know the Void doesn't have any sort of response. Still will respect the chance for a buyback though. I'm not entirely sure where he's sitting at in the gold department. Didn't see any major pickup. Jackie, he is so strong right now. Again, straight up to the high ground is all he needs once he gets a couple of auto attacks off. Really start making things tower, but oh, actually a lot of control coming out on the sharpshooter as well. Gonna force this troll warlock back. It's gonna be
You gotta
the end
respect
of
the wink damage.
that. You really do. I mean, more than anything, the buyback potentially coming out from the Faceless Void, locking your whole team in place, catching you with your pants down, trying to help that troll. That could be the way you lose your 15k gold lead advantage here. Bleed. It's just some discipline is necessary. They don't want to get smacked around by the daddy misery right after this is over. Just a quick answer, just a quick, clean, disciplined game to get through the lower bracket. Oh, the bombs left behind by Pelosan will inform them that Execration are on the hunt. Immediately the 4-star and the exits out.
Such a hard kill, especially without Yona. Like, on anyone, it's a hard kill.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, they all just split up so quickly, and they've been playing really clean the past 20 minutes now, right? Haven't really taken any engagements that are a little sussy, you know? They've been able to make their way into little crevices where they found openings, caught out individual heroes farming waves. Satanic complete for the troll now. As now they'll continue to smoke up. Parasma for the Park. Jeez, Mikoto is farmed. And Roach will come back up in 50 seconds. Both these teams will make a beeline for that area. It's not looking to move anytime soon, so the fight will be firmly in this bot side. Execration have the positioning advantage and the vision set advantage, but the bombs, once again, giving advance notice that their opponents are already in this area.
Gotta respect the Chronosphere.
Here comes Jackie, looking for an angle. You'll root him up for now, but pull him back with the Will-O-Wisp. What else do you got? Yona actually sliding through, fishing for additional targets, but you got a troll starting to chase you down. Where are you gonna go? Here comes Masaros with the RP of the century! They just get flattened in an instant! And not a single hero other than the Primal Split Brewlings can survive that onslaught! Masaros Doubters, where are you at now? Show your face! None of them are left.
Right here.
I mean, they're just gonna go straight for this Roshan now when it comes back up. Or not even. Jackie's gonna feel confident enough just to go straight onto this high ground. That was just perfect.
No one has buyback. And obviously, Bleed, they don't know this. But you might as well try to force something, right? Because you can then take an advantageous Roche fight still. Your cooldowns aren't too long. The Troll Warlord's going to have his ultimate up again in 30 seconds. And that's going to pair up with that Void respawn time.
Oh, look at this discipline. They're just going to get the Tormentor, eke out every little juice of an advantage that they can get, and head back towards that Roche. Now, things are a little bit hairy now because you know Execration will make a beeline straight back for it. Without the RP now, and the Troll ultimate for 10 seconds, sure, you'll have it up again. Yeah, I get it, but the BKB is still down for a little bit. But has that shattered Execration's confidence here? They haven't really started a directional move towards this pit. The Raw will let them know that this is happening. But can they make it here in time?
They might try, but they're definitely not going to. This Roshan is falling quite fast.
Koto's still dancing around them, playing with them, giving the rest of the vision to smoking up right now, but Jackie's at power. He just can't cover the distance. Aegis in the hands of the Troll Warlord. Things are gonna get much, much harder, and Masaros. Talk about the RP being down, it's going to be up in the short bit. Jackie once again showing himself on the front lines, but Yona knows that this isn't the target that he can go on. He needs to hang around and wait for someone else to show himself, but the discipline there from Bleed, not revealing anybody else. Peloson still in the tree line, looking for an angle. Masaros on the backside, trying to focus down CML. Jackie finally popping the ultimate. They will skewer back the Winter Wyvern, and the Winter's Curse is not a possibility. No buyback. You pop Tino, Primal Split to try and work down Jackie. He's finally going to lose his first life, but Bob on the sidelines starting to get threatened. Yona, where is the Chronosphere? You need to pop it out eventually with the RP. Masaros was waiting, and Masaros will finish you off. The Void doesn't stand a chance as Mikoto just wipes him out with the amplified damage. He might have controlled the Troll, but Masaros and Mikoto, they are big problems in their own right. And this carry build on the Magnus, it has worked out for Bleed in spades. 25k gold lead as the hope drains from the Execration side.
And look, Execration, I don't think you call GG because obviously this is an elimination game here in the lower bracket. You're probably not going to call GG. You're going to fight until the very end, but it's looking like it might be over here, Sneeze.
I'm starting to believe it. Shang's just getting casually picked off, cutting a creep wave in the mid lane. It's just completely disjointed from Execration. You look at Yona, he's looking around, he can't see anyone. The discipline from Deep Peloson playing in the tree line. Masaros finds a wraparound somehow. I don't even know where he was in the fight. Our observer's doing his damn best zooming out, but we didn't even see the Bleed heroes. And if you imagine that from our perspective, you can think about how hard it was for Execration to even spot anyone out. I mean, you'd love to get any sort of control on anyone, but you can't kill Jackie and everybody else isn't showing. They're showing now, but they're smacking down your racks.
They've got one more fight, and Bleed, they're going to respect this Faceless Void respawn, right? They recognize Void being the strong hero that he is. Chronosphere being the strong ability that is. Void's feeling a little weak right now.
Yeah. Disperser. One little component away for this Troll Warlord, and he's gonna get that much scarier. 30k gold lead, continuing to ramp and ramp. It does seem like Gaben really has a good look for this team to win on the side of Execration. Mikoto will get chained up. Uh-oh, in a little bit of trouble, finally landing a nice chrono. Will they be able to finish off the park? Get the last hit, finally. But is it going to be enough? They're starting to come through here. Primal Split. Committed. They silence up the Ember and toss up the Troll to the sky. Good start. Masaros is still hanging around in the vicinity looking for an RP option, but Execration aren't giving it to him right now. Tino desperately hunting, trying to give his team more information. But that's the Disperser coming into play, just shrugging off all that disable and hightailing it out of there. The rest of the Bleed lineup are safe. They'll get out.
You gotta be careful walking up onto this high ground, Execration. Yeah, they're not willing to do that.
You will not. There's still an RP available, and you've used your Chrono, you've used your BKBs. That's no longer an option.
Immediate smoke out from Bleed. I love this play.
Of course. See the big purple bubble come out, Mikoto or not, they know this is their time to strike. Even dispersing the Magnus just to make it to this creep wave quicker. They want to catch someone on the high ground, but no one's there for now. Oh no, Yona. Yona, you can't afford to. Coming through, Masaros looking for an angle, harpoon back straight onto Tino. The Aesthetics cap will allow him to resist some of that disable. In comes Yona, but there isn't anything to respond. They will Winter's Curse up Peloson, and unfortunately that means the Techies is gonna die. That's a pipe out of the picture. But it's not altogether too significant, as Mikoto will be rejoining them in 4 seconds. Able to just recall him thanks to DJ's shot. You'll see the puck right next to them in an instant. Back into the fray, ready to continue the pressure. No Brewmaster for 60. You do have to be careful though, because this chrono is going to be coming up in 30 seconds. I'm sure they have that timed loosely, but the last thing they want is to get caught with their pants down. I'm fighting with full force right now, but neither are Execration. They'll just have to give up this lane of rags and be done with it. Oh, Masaros, look at how aggressive he is right now. Even as the BKB in the back pocket, if he needs it, turns around for the harpoon, set up on the shanks. CML will come through with a nice cold embrace, forcing the BKB commitment from Masaros. He's pump faking that RP again. Mikoto not doing enough damage in this instance, needs to be careful. The Will-O-Wisp will tie down the Hoodwing at the very least. I say that Shanks actually managed to survive thanks to that healing. And with the chrono back up, I think you need a chill for bleed.
Yeah, they got the megas. They got what they came for at this point. Once again, Bobby's picked up an item that doesn't deal with this Orchid.
Radiant's top
Yeah, I mean, at this point, like, is Bob just pretending that the Orchid doesn't exist? Like, out of sight, out of mind type beat? Like,
yeah.
It
Like,
seems that
even
way.
the puck silence, like you talked about, right? Like, I don't know. It's so weird to me.
At some point, okay, at some point, are you just like going to buy a BKB, you think? Like, is the Ember gonna do like a, I don't know, like 4th, 5th item BKB turnaround thing, and then it's suddenly 9 seconds and catches them off guard? Because that's the only angle I can think about. He's going like exceptionally greedy. I mean, even queuing up the Ags. I guess Bob's whole mandate is that he doesn't want to be caught, period, and that's how he's gonna play the game.
I mean, it hasn't been working out so far for him, so we'll see.
No.
As Execration, they are looking to potentially be knocked out here. Megas, it's going to be a hard comeback for Execration. 34k lead for Bleed.
Yeah, I feel like the gold lead just keeps ramping, and I don't even... The last time we checked the win probability, or at least the last time I checked, it was 1%. It's still 1%. Mr. Gay believes that there is a chance, right? Chrono always presents a chance. I just don't know if... I just don't know. Like, you're gonna have to sort of mirror that same move where you maybe catch out both Masaros and Mikoto in the chrono, kill them both off, and then there might be an angle.
Game very hard for Execration. Doable, like you said, but incredibly hard.
Yeah, it's kind of like climbing the Himalayas. Like, doable, but
Yeah.
I don't know, borderline impossible it feels like. I mean, especially for people who have never touched grass before, much like everybody else watching, including ourselves. I mean, they've put themselves in a really, really good position to move on here. And I mean, even apart from this game, maybe it's too soon to call it, but you know, this version of Bleed is what I hope to see moving forward, right? It inspires a lot more confidence.
Yes.
It kind of harkens back to the previous season of Bleed, where it felt like they were ready to go up against international competition. If DJ's playing in this form and Masaros is able to put up this kind of performance, I mean, I'll be rooting for them for sure. Masaros, look at him, just smoked up, waiting for an angle, looking for someone to reveal themselves, but Execration, they're waiting on the far end, the other side, looking at Shanks. They hate this Hoodwing and they want to bring him back. Masaros gonna pop that BKB and drag Shanks straight back into the depths. CML looking for a save here though, but can't find anyone. The primal split is popped, but Tino, he's just running around. They have a Will-O-Wisp over the top of their heads controlling them, and okay, nice Winter's Curse on the solo BKB Troll, who's gonna turn around and start beating you into bits here. Yona started to do a considerable amount of damage, but nice Windbreaker from Mikoto, a second RP, holds him in place, and even though you have the cold embrace, the only thing you'll be hugging is your sad, sad teammates, as you might just be losing a chance at qualifying for the DreamLeague Southeast Asia close qualifiers here. They do manage to get the troll out of this situation. Things are looking dire though. Mikoto's still in the mix, so is Masaros, and they will get the job done. Finish off Tino, a buyback is in order. Masaros 1v1ing up against Bob. This is where the stat build comes into play here, but it doesn't help you against the silence. You're still gonna get melted. Immediate buyback. That's what Execration were playing for, but the Mega Creeps starting to march in. Mikoto still dancing all around him. The Taser buying him so much time, as the Saros is just playing around with his poor Ember Spirit. Gonna come through with one more chain, but CML dies out on the back line. Another heal, another blast as Bob desperately trying to find something, anything, but all he's gonna find is his own death at the hands of Mikoto. A GG is called. They're out. Execration are dusted. Bleed will move on here in the lower bracket, as after that Asia Predator League loss, Execration just have not been the same.
It feels like Execration have not been able to find their footing pretty much this entire, not just this entire series, but this entire qualifiers.
No.